Live broadcast today, Friday, the 16th day of February 2024. And I want to say welcome to you, wherever you are, all over the nations of the world watching right now. It is 5:41 Biafra time, and I can measure it with the time, your time zone. And I would say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, which is, of course, based on your time zone. I want to really appreciate you guys as always. You're always here and willing to listen to the truth, the gospel of truth, and at the same time to spread the narrative of truth all over the nations of the world on this channel, Truth Channel Network, where we are concentrating, or we concentrate on truth, nothing but the truth, focused on disseminating the information that are very, very important for you to actually take away. I this afternoon I got a particular news that made me laugh. I just laughed and I began to imagine. It only took my mind further into the circumstances and the situations that we found ourselves, especially based on what the colonial masters have done to us and what they have done to the people. I heard the news that the governor of Orlu State is asking people to pray and fast based on the economic situation and the inflation, or the rise of the cost of things in the zoo called Nigeria, in that contraption called Nigeria. And he's telling the people, now, have you forgotten that one of the basic tactics of the colonial masters is using religion to blindfold the people, and using religion as a source of command and control, because they know the people are embedded in religion, so they have to control the minds of the people based on the fact that religion deals with the spirit of the people. And it's not just it doesn't just control the mind, the realm of the mind alone. It penetrates the spirit. And so that is why you see people can be very violent. You can see people can kill because of religion. You see what the Muslims do in the name of jihad. They can kill people, and they will be saying Allah Akbar, God is great. And as they're cutting your neck, they are saying God is great. That's what religion can do. And the governor of Borno State is saying that people should fast and pray for the rise and the cost of things, the how expensive things have become, that they should fast and pray. Whereas other nations of the world are taking preventive measures to deal with the problems they have. Someone is telling them, because that is what they have used in holding the people down, religion. Nigeria is surviving today because the religious people are the ones handling matters and dealing with issues in that place. How do they do that? They do that through the politicians. The politicians consult them, since the religious people are the ones who gather the people every Sunday, every Saturday, every Friday, every day, days of the week, control their mind, control their resources, control them, what they tell them in their mosque and in the churches and wherever they go to worship. They know that for them to hold the people, they need to get the religious people as partners, and that is what is happening all over. That is how they control the people. Now, it's a very funny news, anyways, but because they know it's potent enough, it will always affect the people. The people will always be manipulated by it. The people would always be kept in bondage by it. They will continue to do that. So, religion is a very, very powerful tool, and that is why most times in our broadcast we always want to go into the things of religion to give us information that would help us to be free mentally, to know how to utilize religion for the purpose of freeing ourselves rather than putting ourselves in bondage. I want to welcome you guys to this live broadcast. Lots of things, lots of news, lots of circumstances and things that are going on. And today I'm going to be, as usual, I'm going to try to, give you guys updates on some stuff, on what I'm going to go to the X platform of the criminal in Finland, and I'm going to bring some of his messages here, which I'm going to use to analyze some stuff, because it's very, very important, anyways, that I do that, anyways, because it's important. Now, today we heard, of course, that the Greek government has endorsed same-sex marriage, the Orthodox, the major or majority Orthodox, the biggest, I think it's the biggest also of the Orthodox controlled, Christian nation that has endorsed, same-sex marriage, and it is now. And one thing that made me why I'm saying this is because the Prime Minister made a particular statement. He said that this is in line with European um, you know European Union, or the European Union's mandate, or way of life. Let me paraphrase it: way of life. I just want to use that word, way of life, so that to tell us very to actually help us to understand what I'm trying to point out here. And he said it is actually in conformity with the European, um, you know, way um, of life. It is in conformity with. I guess you can hear me now. Okay, in conformity with the European way of life. That means there is a European way of, or European value, as he puts it. He said European value. So there's a European value that is a standard for the whole of Europe. This is the same European value that they are forcing on us. We must become LGBT people. We must endorse it. We must look at what Barack Obama did when he was in power, forcing Kenya. They must adopt it, and because of that, he couldn't do anything for Kenya. In spite of the fact that his father is from that place, they must just get you to conform to the European values. This is contemporary strategic slavery. That should inform every one of us that they actually are not yet through with us. They are still taking our resources. They still want to control our mind through religious programs and activities, and normalizing madness that is not even part of. Please give me a moment. Let me open because of the light stuff, so you can. All right. Yeah, I think it's better now. For you can see me. All right, it's better now. Now, the systematic slavery, or the systemic evil that is embedded in their control mechanism against our mind is so strong. It's so strong, and that is why I'm happy about the news also I heard today of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger Republic coming to form a confederation. Now, this is good news to me because you know why? After freeing themselves from the grip of the French of France, they are now coming to form a confederation, which means that the three of them would be a nation, just like we have the United States of America. The three nations, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger Republic, and maybe any other one who would free themselves, can form a confederation. What is a confederation? Where there is a weak center but strong regions. That means the nations, Mali will control its territory, everybody will control their territory, but they have a common platform. And that confederation means that they have a common force, military force, to protect the interest of the three nations. And at the same time, currency that would also be utilized in those three, and so that their economy and their security, the military force, and that security and economy basically is in the hands of the central, just like what you have in America. Every state has its own laws and all of that, but they have a central point where foreign affairs and foreign policies, things that have to do with foreign policies, economic policies, and also security, control and all of that are taken up by like by White House. But every state has its own local and domestic operations and how they control themselves. This is what we need. We need to free ourselves and then begin to, just like what we have now in the contraption called Nigeria. When Biafra is freed, you can have other nations also get themselves freed, and then they can now come. We can still form a confederation to make sure that we are still together, able to have a formidable. We can do that, but if we don't want to do that, we can operate in other ways. Very important. This is what the Niger Republic, this is what Niger Republic, Mali, and Burkina Faso is planning now. You can imagine the Greek the Greek prime minister telling you that LGBT or same-sex marriage is is an is part of the European value. The European value. That means their values, since they are forcing other nations of the world to become LGBT nations, they are forcing their values on us. They must control our mind, they must control our behavior, they must control what everything we do, and then they must control our economy. Neo-colonialism, control economic flow and everything. They are not through with us yet. Unless we stand up like Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger Republic, and as the people of Senegal are doing. I don't know whether they are serious, anyways, but I think they are still looking forward to, because the president there now is controlled by by France. Still, if everybody can stand strongly, like Guinea also can stand strongly now and begin to get themselves free, they can't be free indeed. But the truth about it is that even within those who want to be free, especially Biafra Nation, we now have criminals who have come to, after they have sold Mazin Amdekanu, kept him where he is. You know, they want to hide, they have hijacked. Now, the Nigeria contraption has buried its head deeply into the whole thing that has to do with Biafra freedom. Today, as I can tell you, we are not yet anywhere. We are stagnant. We have lost the gains we gained by the capture of Mazen Amekano. We need to gather momentum again, and it is only when he comes out we'll be able to do that. Unless if we have the willpower to free our minds and free ourselves right now, and then begin to do the things we need to do now that would even help him further also. Because by the time they begin to discover, I need to open this place for the light. Because by the time they begin to discover that we are still united, and we are united under Mazen Amdekano, still Mazen Amdekano is in there, not under any other person, but we are united under Mazin Namde Kanu. That means we have not forgotten that name. We are not doing anything outside that name. It is that name that is driving everything we do. And that name is what we call, whenever we do anything, we say Mazin Namde Kanu, this is what he wants us to do, and we are doing it. Mazin Namde Kanu, this is what he wants us. Not somebody coming to front himself and stealing the resources and giving himself publicity and deceiving, manipulating. Today, the manipulation is so high. And that is the purpose. Today, I said I'm going to give you the update of what is happening in Orlu and Ihiala. Today, I'm going to give you the updates. I'm going to also give you some of the text messages from the criminal in Finland saying some stuff that are contradictory to the things on ground. These are crazy things and crazy things happening. Our people need to get free. Unless you free your mind like the Malians, like the Niger Republic citizens, or Nigerians, or however they're called, or the Burkina Faso, citizens, you would continue to be slave, whether to the colonial master or to the ones they have positioned, people like the criminal in Finland, who would colonize you indirectly on their behalf. That is the problem. That's the issue. So you must understand these things. You must understand these things. And that is what I've come to point out to you today. And please, stay with me, stay put, relax yourself. Just, follow me on this odyssey today, on this, journey today, as I lead you into the facts that you need to have to know and to work with. And please, you are free to send your comments. You are free to comment on this. Please also like this video, share on all your social media platforms. At the same time, also, please subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed to it. Now, of course, we hear the story today again also that Tinubu, and people see, I am telling you people something. Some of us still don't understand these things. You cannot say that any politician in Nigeria today is a criminal, because by the constitution and by the how the area is constituted and the purpose of the bringing together of Nigeria, they are not stealing by the narrative of the British Empire. You are only seeing them as thieves because they are exploiting your resources from your regions. But because you are still their slave, they have rights to take your resources. They have right to take your resources. You know why? Because you is a slave does not have control. Once we are still under Nigeria, we are slaves. And so we can't have control of our resources. So those people that are positioned by the British to control us are taking the resources based on the fact that we are their slaves. So there's no way all these ones, when you see a politician come to, maybe an administration comes in and they say they are probing the other one, they are just trying to play smart on themselves. They want to try to put the other one under their control and subdue those ones so that they can continue to be in power. Not because they are talking about the stealing programs, not because they are concerned about what they stole, not because they are concerned about anything. They are only using it as a tool to suppress them. But in actual sense, Nigeria is a business construct to take resources to put you under slavery. And as long as, even in the Bible, a slave does not have right to themselves, to himself or herself or to themselves. You don't have right to yourself as a slave. So as long as you continue to be in Nigeria, under Nigeria, your complaint about they are stealing your resources and doing all of that cannot stand, because they are not stealing your resources. You are their slave. I'm going to talk more on this particular narrative, and maybe tomorrow. By tomorrow, I'm going to go on this particular narrative very well. But let me go straight to the things we have to discuss today. And I want to look at some stuff posted today. Now, my friend, who actually comes from Ihiala today, was telling me about the video. Remember, yesterday I played a particular video to you, and where some tanks were around Ihiala. I was even thinking it's, I think yes, Ihiala area. I think I played it, yes. And those tanks were comfortable. They were there, and nothing. They were not under threat. In fact, the military men on them were just moving around calmly, discussing with people on the road and doing all of that. And the criminal in Finland posted a video and told you that there is war going on. And before the end of yesterday and today, he told you something. Now, let me tell you what he told you. Let me tell you what he posted today. Let me show you what he posted today. He said, He said, the Biafra Defense Force is calling on all citizens in the trouble zone to vacate as the Nigerian terrorist army are coming with Tucano jets to bombard some areas, but the BFs will be engaging them like never. Now, this is not what I want to read to you. I'm going to read the other one that I actually want to read. Now, what he was trying to tell you here, what he was, what he was trying to tell you here now is that he's giving you information that they have defeated the men, their tanks. They have run away with their tanks. If you remember, he posted this stuff yesterday, and he said, "Oh, Uzodima should go and drive the tanks because the guy, I mean, to go and drive the jets because the people who are driving the jets have refused to drive it again because they have all run away." So he was saying that Hope Uzodima should go and drive the jets. Remember? Now, let me look at it. He said another video evidence of Biafra war and Biafra liberation. You know, I remember I showed you this yesterday, which was contrary to what is truly on ground. Look at that tank. Now that area is in Ihiala area. Look at it, this place. But he gave you an impression that they have driven these people away. Now look at what he posted today about that place. Look at what he posted today about that place. Because I want to begin to tell you people some stuff so that you can understand. I need to reveal these things to you. If no other person wants to reveal these things to you, people don't want to talk about it. Everybody wants to just play along. They say if you can't beat them, you join them. So just keep, just keep doing what you have to do. He said, our attention has been drawn to a letter. No, that's not what I want to show you today. I want to show you the one he actually posted today. That has to do with, he said, the Biafra Liberation Army has neutralized many Nigeria terrorist headquarters army as they came to kill Biafrans today. Remember, yesterday he said that they have run away. They have neutralized and they have bombed about 13 tanks. They have blown up 13 tanks. He didn't give you, they have blown up 13 tanks, but he never showed you any evidence of them. He keeps writing, typing and typing. And he now told you that every other ones, they have run away, that the fighter jets that came also ran away, that they came and they ran away too. And he was now saying, posting that particular video I showed you now, if you go to his platform, you'll see it, telling Hope Uzodinma to go and fly them because the the pilots of those jets have refused to fly them. Now, he's now telling you here now, this one was posted this morning, today, 16th of February, around 12 of this afternoon. Yes, he posted this afternoon, Biafra time. I think, is it Biafra time or my time? Biafra time by 1:32 p.m. He said that the Biafra Liberation Army has neutralized many Nigerian terrorist army as they came to fight. Now, he now said, surprisingly, they called for backups and nobody showed up. I don't know where he met them calling for backups. He was watching them. They were calling for backups and he was watching. His men were watching. They were calling for backups. They were making calls in their presence because they would, that's the story. They were making calls in their presence for backups and nobody came. He said nobody came. And he said they called for fighter jets and the jets didn't until this moment. I am briefing Biafrans. That means they were there when they were making all these calls. Can you see how stupid these people are? You were there. The people were making calls. They stayed in your presence, the presence of your men, because you are not in Biafraland. So you will say it's your men that gave you the report. They stayed in the presence of your men, calling, making calls for backup, also making calls for private jets to come, and got many. Said no fighter jet, and BDF has it that the jet got may have been hit yesterday. Now they said the jet must have been hit. That means the jet, the private, the Tekeno jet that he's talking about, that he said they're going to come bomb and all of that, all this kind of nonsense he's talking about. Maybe one of the Tekeno jets have been hit. Now, if a jet is hit, where will it fall? It will fall to the ground, definitely. Yet, no Biafran has a video of any jet burning anywhere, or their men who have hit that jet and the thing fell or burning in the skies could not capture it. Since they are in control of the territory, they should be able to capture it. And then as it falls, they capture it. And then they go to where it fell, it fell, capture it there burning. They never did that. But he's telling you by typing that the jet has been hit. May God have been hit yesterday during the fight. Which fight? Now, as I'm talking to you now, if you go to Ihiala now, if you go to Ihiala now, close to Orlu there, Ihiala is close to Orlu. These tanks are still stationed there. Before I came up, I still talked with someone who is from that place. The tanks are still stationed in Orlu. No threats. No threat at all. Everything is calm. The military men are in charge. The tanks are still there. No threat. Everything is, and I don't know what is wrong with his supporters, because I know that some of them are from there. They will just keep quiet and just play passive game. But anyways, that is to your detriment, because if you are just there deceiving yourself, if you deceive yourself now, yourself you deceive now. You keep deceiving yourself. In Ihiala now, as I'm talking to you, those tanks are still there as they are packed. Nothing has happened to any tank or any of the tanks. They are still moving around, stationed there. He said that they were locked up. He said they were blocked. They cannot go forward and backwards. That's what he said about those tanks yesterday. If I can remind you, that's what he said about the tanks yesterday. Let me see if I can see it so I can remind you. Let it not be as if I'm saying what, you know. He said the terrorists are on standstill. Over 30 armored tanks and the Biafra army are decimating them one after another. Each of your genocide against Biafra will be put up the video soon. Till now, he has not put up the videos, but this is what he posted. He just crop the video and then put it there. He said they have been taken one after the other, whereas the tanks are still there, no threats. You see, people who come to social media to talk too much know that they have an objective, they have a motive. It's a breaking footage of the battle for Biafra, the Islamic State of Nigeria, controlled by terrorists struggling to overrun Biafra territory, while the Nigeria capital and other states, blah, 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 30 tanks and 15 hillocks are currently battling Biafra army. No battle is going on. The tanks are stationed there. Now, let me tell you why the tanks are there. Even before the election, tanks have come into Biafraland. Tanks have been moving in. Because as at that time, there were threats. Even during the Mazin and Mikano time, during that NSARS, tanks were moved into Biafraland. In fact, basic areas like that, we had tanks positioned. Now, during the time towards the election, last year election, tanks were moved during COVID time. If you remember, tanks were moved in massively. Now, during the time also off, the election, when the threats were coming, he was making noise and saying so many things. Tanks were stationed everywhere. After the election, they saw that this guy didn't have anything to offer. Now the tanks were moved into the barracks. But the kidnap and the crimes, killing, hijack, waylaying, they will see a few men at a, at maybe, a checkpoint or moving in a place, just carrying a Hilux van and maybe four of them in the vehicle. They will rush, hit them, kill them, and run away. They keep doing this. The men decided to bring, and when they do that, you know what they do? Well, you know what the Nigerian military will do? They will come and begin to kill young men in those areas. They have been doing this consistently. And basically, Simon concentrates on the areas where the people are not supporting his group. He goes there, waylays the military men in those areas when they find one. They kill them and they run back to Orlu. And in Orlu, there have always been kidnaps and crime going on. And based on this, there's always these exchanges and, of course, gang exchanges and all of that in those places. And that is where Simon's main camp is. Now, Orlu has been a zone of many crimes for a long time. And once in a while, they roll tanks into those places. So the issue of the tanks being there is not because of Simon, but because of the people who are carrying out lots of. And you remember, this issue of bringing tanks in and all of that, and bringing guys in to kill our people and all of that, is always an alibi used by the Nigerian government to roll in tanks. Number two, they always utilize these people to commit crime and then use it as an alibi to bring their men in, because they need an action to happen in Biafraland. So that, now check it between Biafraland and the north. Where do we have more actions of Boko Haram and attacks? We have it more in the north. But you would find out that the tanks that are rolled in the north are rolled towards specific places, not everywhere. Maybe and the military are not everywhere. Like you will find them in checkpoints in Biafraland. Checkpoints in Biafraland. You don't find them in the north like that. But these are the places where we have major criminal activities going on, killings. What Simon and his boys are doing, and other groups, there are other groups in Biafraland too, carrying out crime, doing other things, as Simon's boys are doing. There are other people. They are not. Simon is only loud on social media talking. That is why it seems as if he's the one carrying out every action, and that's why anything that happens, he wants to take the glory, because he knows every other person is not as loud as he is. He doesn't have anything doing. He just sits down every day. He's eating the people's money. They are contributing. So all he needs to do is to be on social media every day, making sure, checking the tempo. I mean the temperature, the temperature of the people, their behavior, the way they're operating, and look at news and all of that. Try to relate things to himself, and at the same time, again, trying to make the people continually scream and shout and praise him. Make them feel that he's in charge, he's in control, he's everywhere. Now, I was asking you guys questions yesterday. I still ask that question. I said, why is it that for the past 2 years, everything happens in Orlu, Ihiala, or Kigwe, all those places? If you are truly in control of the whole Biafra land, why is it that you are not everywhere? Things you report are always around Orlu. Why? Because that is where his gangs are carrying out operations. That is where his men are found, and that's where they're making all the noise. That's where they're making all the noise. That's where the crime is going on. That is where his major camp is. And there's always this rivalry between his men and some other people too, who also have their own groups in those places. Nigeria will look for that opportunity. They always look for that opportunity and bring their men into it. And of course, these rivalries carry out different crimes. Some of them will attack police. Maybe during the time they want to go and rob or something. Of course, everyone is saying that they claim to be fighting for freedom. When they see military, they ambush them, kill them, then they run away. Now, let me tell you something. Yesterday, he showed you, or 2 days ago, he showed you a video. He said that the military removed the camera. And he was trying to give a very funny explanation, defense of that today. Now, let me show you what he posted. He screenshot the military man who saw the camera up there where it is capturing them. The tanks were still down. If you check this, where this when this man was, check this video that he played on X. The tanks that he talked about are still around those places, calm, no shaking. The Nigeria tanks were still there. Nobody, and this military man came up. That means they are the ones in charge of that territory. They were moving around looking for anything because they know they always put camera. They, of course, they will see it on social media where they put camera. I'm going to show you. So they were moving everywhere, checking around. This person who said he's in control of Biafraland, his men could not be there to stop this man from climbing that height or that tree where they put the camera. This man was on that tree, took his time to disconnect and took the camera away. Of course, you know that when you put camera, you'll be having the feedback on your phone or wherever you are receiving the feedback. So definitely you have the information. But the camera itself was taken down and taken away. Now, because he knows that this particular stuff can go around, people can also have it and say, this thing has been taken. He now wants to come on social media to make it look like they permitted him, or I don't know what point he's trying to make. It's just like I enter into a territory, and you said that if I enter that territory, you are killing my men, and my men are in that territory. You said you are defeating me in that territory, and you have put camera everywhere. My men came into that territory. My men were able to walk to where you put camera, stay there, disconnect the camera, take it away. And you said you are in control of that territory. You are killing me. How can you be killing me and I'm removing your camera? And my tanks are still there, moving around. He said, go ask anybody who is from those places now. Those tanks are still, we're not justifying those tanks there. But the fact that somebody is using that as a means of criminally defrauding the people every Saturday, they come and make fundraising. And he has put the date for December 2024 because he wants to keep collecting money every week until December, when he would have collected enough. And then all he needs to be doing every day, he will be posting nonsense posts to be exciting you to come on Saturdays to contribute. And yet our people are not seeing these things. We are raising alarm. They think we are just there to talk. What's my business? What's my business about somebody says envy? Envy what? Are we on the same level? Why am I envying him? Is he me? Am I him? Everybody have their areas they operate in life. We all have our space in life. We all are gifted in different ways. And I don't see what I will envy in him because there's nothing he has that's like, are you talking about music? I'm very versatile in music. I'm a music coach. I've trained musicians in the zoo. Churches, big churches, very big names of churches. I've handled music organizations. I've handled in music, talking about writing. Is it right? I'm a good writer. I write company proposals and different. I'm multi-talented. Talking about movie scripts, I write movie scripts, screenplays. I do lots of this. So I'm gifted in different ways. So what am I envying him for? What am I envying him for? You're talking about acting. I can act very well. Talk about I have my gifts. He has his own gifts. So why will I envy anybody? I am telling you what is happening, and I'm opening your eyes to. He now put on that stuff. He said it was after this idiot removed the camera that we released the recorded footage. He removed the camera now. You now you now release the footage because you have the feedback from the camera. It's not because you took control of him and killed him. No, he removed the camera peacefully and went back. So you cannot cover that area again because they are in control there. Now, let him show you any footage from this camera or whether they have gone to put on that camera there to show you footage of the tanks in those places. He cannot do it. But formerly he was showing you footages, thinking that they will not discover the camera. But of course, they will look at the position of the camera, they will look at what he's posting. That is why he's not smart. He's not smart because he's exposing himself, because he talks too much. He's loquacious. He talks too much. He is so full of himself. He wants to show you that he's very active. He wants to show you that he's a bubedike. So he now began to post all these videos. You are not doing anything to the people. The people are in control of those territories. You are still showing them, telling them that you are seeing them in camera. Definitely, they will look at the position of the camera from your postings, and they will look at the direction the camera is coming from, and then they will go there and take the camera down because the camera must be on a tree. You don't have a satellite. You don't have a satellite in space. So they know your camera is on a tree. So they'll look at that direction and they were able to comb that area to get the camera. What does that tell you? These guys are in control. Orlu, Ihiala, the tanks are there, stationed till now. But he's telling you he has blown up 13 tanks or 14 tanks. He said yesterday evening. He said before yesterday evening, none of those tanks will be there. And he now told you later that they have all run away. In fact, their fighter jet also ran away. But these tanks are still there. And some of the morons are busy in his praising him. Hey, Ebubedike, this, that. They don't know whom they are dealing with. They are doing. I like reading all those stuff, and because I want to measure the level of stupidity of our people, as Mazen Amkanu will say. Measuring their stupidity. And they are the ones who are causing these people to have the justification to bring the tanks into the communities. And that is what this Nigeria contraption wants, for you to keep doing these things so that they will keep bringing. Sorry for that break. The network signal here is very poor, honestly. It's been like that since morning. And so I was even doubting coming up. I was struggling if I was going to be able to come up. But I just felt I have to come up. I'm sorry for that break in transmission. It's the network signal here. It just goes off suddenly and then later it now comes on its own. I don't know. Some people say it's all over the world, having such kinds of situation. Please let me try to make this place brighter by opening. I don't want to put on the lights. Let me just open the curtain so that. Yeah, I think it's better now. I think it's better now. Okay, all right. Now, you see, when you talk about deception, deception it has been is a major instrument for manipulation. Lots of people have been deceived. And let me tell you what deceivers do. They utilize the doctrine or the narrative of the main person involved, like Mazen Amdekan. For instance, if you go to the Bible too, those who come to deceive you and manipulate you use words from the scripture to create their own narrative and justify their own actions. Imagine somebody telling you that this is our church, we are naked, and then they give you justification that in the beginning God created us naked. And they begin to tell you that, oh, that's how you meet God, just be naked. When you know that the mind of man is not as it's supposed to be now. Now, when you talk about deception, it's let me give you. There's somebody called Antiochus Epiphanes in the I think he was born if I remember now, he was born 215 BC and he died 164 BC. Antiochus Epiphanes was the Hellenistic, king of the Seleucid nation or the empire, not Seleucid nation now. It was not a nation, it was an empire. And he ruled that between 172 to no 172 years or 74, 174 to 164, or 175 to 164, something I can't remember, 173 to. So, but now let me tell you how that man came to to the throne. Epiphanes was, they call him Epiphanes because which meant mad. He behaved like a madman because his name is Antiochus. He was the son of Antiochus, Antiochus III the Great, you know, and the way he was able to, when his father was killed, the way he was able to come to the throne was with the art of deception. He manipulated. He would come down. He would crack jokes. He would go to bars and drink with common people. He was doing everything. That was when the person who killed his father was already on the throne, because the person who killed his father took up the throne and it was that. But he came back into his land and tried to play the low profile thing, but he was manipulating people to support him to take over. And when he took over, the things he did. Of course, you remember when he wanted to invade Egypt and the Romans stopped him and all of that. They made him talk. They humiliated him in many ways. But that's not the issue. And now, the point I want to make here is that Antiochus, that's his real name, or that's his title. When he came up to the throne, he took up the title Antiochus, and they called him madman. Antiochus the mad. Epiphanes means mad because he was a manipulator. He worked with deception. He makes you feel comfortable with him. He was a sociable person. He socialized with the people to gain their trust. That is what the criminal in Finland is doing. He comes every time on social media. He wants to throw jokes. He wants to make you feel like does the best. But he is dealing with Mazin Abdekano. He is he is betraying him. Who in their right mind? Let me ask you this question. Who in their right mind would have their master in jail and all they do is to give themselves title and put themselves in positions to start taking critical decisions that even their leader, the person that's supposed to be the leader, claiming that that person is their leader, could not even take in his own time, telling you that he doesn't have the power to take those decisions. And you said he's your leader, yet you don't follow his footsteps. You are exuding powers. Now you're talking about currency. You're talking about creating your own militia army when your leader is in the dungeon, when he had a force that you would have worked with to make sure he's free. And then when he's free, he can now come out to begin to do other things that need to be done. But the force he left should be intact. That's what any good follower does. You don't come and begin to take decisions that even your leader could not take. Now look at the lies. As I speak with you now in Orlu, in Ihiala, those tanks, armored tanks, are still packed there. Comfortable. The military men are moving around comfortably. The men went around, they discovered the video he has been showing to you people that he was actually having camera somewhere showcasing their tanks packed. They went to the place, removed the camera. If you go through that video, go to his X handle, you'll discover moved the camera. The man who was removing the camera was comfortable, just relaxed. He was not under pressure, whether attack or something. That means his men were everywhere. They were in control of that territory. But the criminal in Finland is giving you an impression on X and wherever he's doing other programs that he is in control. That in fact they ran away with the remaining tanks. He has destroyed 14 tanks. He has destroyed 14 tanks, and he has destroyed their Hilux vans and even their jets. They blew one. They destroyed one. They shot one down. My God. This is what he posted this afternoon around 1:32 p.m. Biafra time. That they bombed one of their jets, they have destroyed their tanks, about 14. Others have run away. Whereas, as at this evening before I came up, I still consulted with the people around there. The tanks are still in Ihiala and Orlu. Some of them moved from that Orlu zone because they're just when they stay at a place for a while, they move to another place. That's what they do. So he would wait for them to move. Then when they move, he will now tell you that he has destroyed all of them and they have run away. When the ones at Orlu now move, after they have stayed there, with all take their time to observe the situation there, kill the ones they will kill, bomb the people they will bomb, capture the people they will capture and harvest their organs, and done what they have done, they will now move to another place. You know, when they move to another place, he will now tell you that they have run away because they will not keep their tanks there forever. So you tell them we're engaging them. And all those times he's telling you they're engaging them fourth day, first day, second day, third day. It is because they will be there for a while, maybe 7 days or 6 days or 5 days, and then they will move. And then as soon as they move away from that place, he will tell you that they have run away, that they are engaging them, they have dealt with them. The Afro Liberation Force is doing the blah blah blah. If you know that you are actually in control of the situation, then if for only Orlu, you cannot stop them from even coming in with their tanks. Because by the impression that was given as at February last year, was that every weapon and everything that is needed to stop election in Biafraland has been purchased. That means if you have all these things purchased and ready, no tank will come into Orlu or Ihiala. No tank will come. Because those weapons that are supposed to take care of the whole of Biafra land and stop election, if used in only Orlu alone, no tanker will work in. So if tanker can come in and park and the men are moving around, talking with people around, moving around, go there, remove camera and all of that, and you have the weapons that you wanted to use to stop election in the whole of Biafra land, you couldn't use it on only Orlu, one corner, one place where tanks are parked, just few streets. Then know that your monies were actually looted. Your monies were actually looted. This is common sense. Common sense. Common sense. Common sense. They say it's not common, anyways, because it is just as common as the brain is, it cannot be seen. So, sense is not common. We just know that we're utilizing our brains, but nobody sees the brain. Have you seen your brain before? That is how stupid they are. How can someone who said he has acquired weapons to stop election in the whole of Biafra land, yet those weapons could not even stop tanks from coming into Orlu, only a local government, Orlu? The whole weapons that would have stopped election in the whole of Biafra land cannot stop them from coming in. But not only did they come in, they came in the state for some days and decided to move around. And he said they are running. But if you go to Ihiala now, I can confirm for Ihiala, the tanks that he showed yesterday that he said they have run away, those tanks are still there. I'm talking to about the person who is in Ihiala from that place. But he's on social media telling you that they have all run away. That they have all run away. At least I'm conversant with Ihiala very well. Ihiala, Orlu, all those places, but it's close to my place, my local government. So I know people around those places. Not even because I know, of course, from broadcast and anyways, and from Biafra project, I've met lots of people. So I know people who are from all those places. As we talk now, as we speak now, in Ihiala, tanks are still flowing. Now, how did the tanks get there? When you have the weapons to stop election in Biafra, how did the tanks get in there in the first place? Somebody coming, somebody says, somebody. This must be I don't know whether it's the son that is in their Aparawa also, maybe one of these frogs and they just write one name and just come and start giving like the one that Simon posted today that somebody went to. They will position somebody who will go to Wazobia FM He said, "Let me tell you what they said." The person said on Wazobia FM. These people are just they are deranged mentally. He said he now posted it. He said the terrorists are calling from FM station from their hideouts. Look at it. They will position their man to go there. I don't know the stuff is not showing. You can say, okay. Just go to Twitter. You'll see what he posted. Now look at what the person posted. The person's name is Ihiala Manasseh Humble. One man called Wazobia FM last night. They have sent one person to go and call in to make it look like something's happening because the mainstream media is not reporting anything. So what they do now is they open one Nigeria's Fair, they open another one premiums, not premium, different kinds of funny names of media platform. They call this one People's Daily. They want to make it look like Daily Times and all this stuff. People's Daily. They open all of this stuff and post news there, and then they copy it and put on their platform. Let it look like Nigerian media platforms are announcing their actions. Very, very, very childish, very, very childish operation. You need all of this stuff because you want to make money, because of money. Money. It's better for me to work myself, work hard, tell Biafrans the truth. This is where we are. This is what we need to do. And then the little I get, Biafrans, this is what I'm getting from the money. This is what I'm getting. At least if I want to focus on this job, I'm not going to do other things. I'm going to sit down. So you guys can please support me in any way. Be plain. Biafrans will support you. And whatever the thing is, a committee is there. People are there. They are input. People know what is happening to them in their nation. We know what is happening. That is how it operates. Don't come and be to give us on frivolous and oh my god, illusion everywhere. Now listen, look at what the guy said. Somebody called in FM last night and was like IPOB bite almost 400 security personnel in Imo and Anambra State within 3 to 4 days and burned down over 7 amount tanks. They have gone to Wazobia FM to go and call. Chineke Umuwai. I always say Chineke Umuwai because God of women. Oh my God. So he said one called and was claiming that he's talking from the bush where he was hiding. Omo, no be smart in BFM last night when they said one called for bush saying they hide. He's hiding in the bush. And they were able to go and take a camera. They were able to take camera, but they are hiding. And your men could not stop them from taking camera. You're coming to screenshot the place the man took the camera because you know that the video would go all around, so you cannot cut that place off. You have to post it the way you post it, and just give one flimsy excuse to to batter the brains of your e-frogs and your deranged fellow followers. Said Anambra State journalists aren't covering all things. How can you cover what is not real? How can they cover what is not real? They are hiding. What go there? The tanks are still there right now as we're speaking in Ihiala. They said they shot down a jet. Where is the jet? Where is the picture? When you shoot a jet, it will first catch be burning in the air. It will now begin to, and as it's been downed, you have your people there. They capture it. You capture it, and then when it falls, of course, when it falls, you have killed the men in there and all of that, and the men around would have, your men. See, that means your men are in the charge of the country, the territory. You go to where the place is burning. Now you tell your men around there, radio them, capture that jet. Let's put it. Let's tell the world that we're serious. You can't show us anything. You're coming to tell us that jet has been blown. 14 tanks is destroyed. These are then. Are we not get sense at all? She will not get sense at all. Now, today I saw him with one jacket. He said he's investigating. He's investigating, or he's. Let me look at what he said. He said, checking the venue of Biafra Convention and Biafra Declaration 2024. You want to declare Biafra in Finland? Come on, let's be serious for once now. Are we stupid? You want a nation, freedom, independence of a nation. It's not as if you are doing a program, an event, just an event. Declaration of a nation, and you want to stay in Finland. You have 10 months to prepare yourself, prepare your men, prepare your navy, prepare your army, prepare your air force that you claim you have, so that when you are coming in, they will protect you. Your army will protect you on land. Your navy will protect you on land, on the waters. Your air force will protect you on in air. As you're coming in, they are protecting you and securing your territory. And then you come in, you stay on the ground of your territory, and you make proclamation. We declare Biafra. Mazin Amekani said that was what he's going to do. He was going to be on ground. He's going to declare it, and anything that comes, his men will take the control of the territory. He said when he's going to do it, the army, he would have established the army. That is who knows what it is. That is someone who understands what it means to declare freedom and to fight for freedom. How can you just stay, sit in your house in Finland, cross your leg, yawn, chop, eat whatever you want to chop, chop. Then in the morning you wear your suit, call the bodyguards that Ngozi Rabosi and Co have rented for you, and then they come and follow you, and they follow you, and then they follow you. Come there, you now begin to hear, begin to Nwokike, hey, strong man. They will begin to hail you. Everybody begin to shout in the auditorium. They take their camera, capture. They come and stand close. You feel like on top of the world, whereas your leader is the one you claim is your leader is in dungeon. You are perambulating. You are perambulating. Look at question somebody's asking. Daft people everywhere. Look at question. Are you DOS Nigeria, IPB Nigeria? Okay. Now you want MK to come out and meet the struggle where he left it. Adamu. You're Adamu now. See question you're asking. Or MK will come out and found that someone has taken struggle. Where have you taken the struggle? Let me ask you a question, Adamu. Where have you now, aside what you are publishing on social media? The other time people will publish one. He said this December, he said you were holding a convention in Imo headquarters, your headquarters. You were holding, whereas it's a Mossop program that was held during the days of Mossop. The person put it there, said they are organizing a program now in headquarters, their headquarters, the BRA, whatever they call it, whatever nonsense they call that thing, in Imo State, that they are having they are enthroning another prime minister. And I begin to wonder, who is the initial prime minister, who is the now prime minister. They don't even know how to lie the thing very well, and they don't even know how to create some stuff. Must program. The guy does video, you do this video editing and all of that. Look at questions somebody's asking me here. Does it make sense? Mazin Amikan should come out and meet the event. Where is it now? What is on ground? Answer the question yourself. The person who is asking me the question, anyway, don't you are deceiving yourself. What is on ground? What is on ground? You are on social media deceiving yourself and you said something is on ground. Ndara. What is on ground? Answer him. Ihe na-eme unu n'isi. There are mad people everywhere. What is on ground? That you come on social media. Now let me read all the messages to you. The military they are still there with their tank. They are still there with their tank. In Ihiala, as I'm talking to you now. But somebody's busy now, giving you a fine impression. All he did was capture. Now look at all these drawings. Do you need it? Look at, he posted something on Twitter. He captured, took a video, one of the videos. I don't know whether you can see it. I don't know. I don't want to be putting this thing on my screen. I just want to show you from my phone because it's not good capturing all those. I think I should remove my background so that people can see these things very well. Let me remove my background so that at least, you can understand these things very well. Let me remove the background because sometimes, anyways, the background needs to be removed. Remove the background so you can see me very well. Now you can capture me very well. Look at what somebody posted. You screenshot one of the programs. I don't know whether you can see it well. And then he now draw the tank here. Draw tank here. All right, the terrorists are scared to approach the red line. Which red line? They will all be decimated soon. This is the silent warning. Which red line? Did you guys see any red line? Did you guys see any red line? When somebody is be strong enough, that shows your courage. That shows that you don't depend on anybody. Let me tell you something. I don't know who this person is. Maybe it's Simon or somebody using some stuff. You idiot. You don't vex. You don't vex because I know the hits are hard. You don't vex. You idiot. Iman. You normal idiot. Now listen. When that's all those times when people were looking for position, people like Rose Allen looking for position, they want to go here, they want to be relevant. Why is Simon not calling me again? Blah, 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 blah. I was doing my job diligently. All those, some of those, especially if you go and look at those write-ups, those write-ups and those letters that are written, official report. Some of them. I write them myself. Those ones who the professional written, not those ones that some other people were writing. Professional written, I write them. When the issue of currency came up, I don't seek for position. I don't need you to approve me. I don't need you to. I am not looking for position. I am not looking. I don't follow blindly. When I'm following you, when I'm going with you, I don't follow people anyways. The only one I'm following is because I know Master can is called, so I'm following him. And if he does wrong, I'll tell him. I'll tell him. I don't need you to approve me or give me position. I don't need all that. Because what is my concern is the freedom of our people. Very, very important. That should be the mindset of everybody who is genuine, not following sheepishly. Somebody is telling you that he wants to give you freedom from Finland, and you are not asking the person questions. Okay, now Finland, you go stay declare Biafra. Let's prepare ourselves. Come to Biafraland. That's what you tell the person if you love the person. Not staying on social media constantly. Helen, hey, hey, idiots. Now listen, when the issue of currency came up, I was the one out of everybody who was just the yes, yes, yes. Let's put this one's face. Let's put our faces. They held. I am the secretary of that advisory board. I was the secretary then. They decided to hold a meeting behind my back to recommend the faces because they know I will not agree. Azuka's face, Simon's face, one Nkere, what's that his name? Nkere something. His face. Then Ngozi Rabuzi face on Biafra currency. And then when they now held that meeting, they now came to meet me. Um, um, Kelechi, we held a meeting. I said, which mean when? When did you hold a meeting? Say actually we just had them a group of people. We just came together out of the board. We just came together to hold this meeting, and we decided that we're going to have Azuka's face, we're going to have Simon's face, we're going to have Ngozi's face, we're going to have Nkere's face, and all of that on the currency, and then on the coins too, and all of that. And of course, we can also have your face on the currency, and all of that. That was a bribery so that I will agree. He said, okay, that they need the design. That was on a Friday, calling me on a Friday that they need the design of all these currencies by Monday. They want to hurry me into it. I said, please, calm down. The elderly one, the chairman of the committee, the advisory board called me. And I said, sir, we can't have these faces on the currency, including my face. We are not qualified. He said, how? What am I saying? I now asked him a question. I said, Simon, what is his achievement that his face must be on the currency? I told him, I said, the currency of a nation is the strength of the economy, proves and is a cynosure or a representation or the face of the economy. You don't just put faces. It is not just a child's play anywhere. It is not just a child's play anywhere. It is a serious thing. I said you don't put people's faces like that on currencies. I said, what has Simon? What has he? He said, at least these people have they have paid ultimate price. I said, what ultimate price? I said, what ultimate price has Simon paid? And you see the way he's doing everything. And I said, what is the ultimate price in this whole thing? Okay, Azuka, what ultimate price? Yeah, I see the way he's mobilizing the women. I now think I calculated the number of the women in. You have not even talked about this woman. What's the name of this woman now um, about women rights, Ogun Muwai in 1929. You don't even talk about that woman. That one that mobilized women, thousands of women, when there was no social media. You are talking about Azuka that just gathered few women, about six of them or five, who were just busy constituting users. Anytime they want to come on, we want to come on broadcast. The first thing when we are on backstage, we have not come online. All they'll be talking is nonsense. They'll be talking about Umuwoke, in here, all those nonsense. They'll be talking nonsense. I'll just be quiet. They'll say, "Hey, Kelechi, don't talk." Why would I talk? I don't. I'm not a stupid person now. We came here for serious business. We're going on broadcast. When you people are through with your stuff, I'll say it in my mind. When you people are through with your stuff, we'll go online. When they say you are not talking, I will not answer them. I'll just keep quiet. But in my mind, I'll say, why will I talk? Can I be joining, some stuff, nonsense talk with you guys? They'll be talking rubbish. They want to come and broadcast. They'll be there making up. Making up to see the way I look. When I come out, people, I say, look at serious minded freedom fighters. That is the person that has paid ultimate sacrifice. And that's okay. Ngozi Orlu is what sacrifice? He's made. Don't you see the way they're contributing money? Okay, what about Nkere? What is the sacrifice? Oh, don't you see? I say, sir, these non people are qualified. And we have to take it back to the board. We have to discuss this thing on the board, advisory board. None of them are qualified for the currency. I was thinking that I was working with a human being called Simon. So when I report a case to him, he will understand because he should be genuine. And then he went back. They went to we went the next day was I now so and I called a meeting. I called my colleagues on the on the think tank group, which Simon is also a member. Part of it held meetings with us, which he came online to tell people that he doesn't know the think tank group, that we're criminals. I called it. I called the think tank group. I said, "This is what is happening." He said, "Wow, we need to call Simon." I said, "Okay." I called Simon. I told him. I said, "Please, you have to be here. This is what's happening." Blah blah. We called the meeting. Called the meeting. Simon was angry. He said, "Why would I bring a matter being discussed in? Is it, are we in a secret court? Why would I bring a matter? You see, elders in think tank group. You're asking me why I brought a matter from the advisory board to them, something that concerns the whole Biafra. So it's a secret court. People will just stay somewhere and make decisions and throw it to Biafrans." He said, "Why let's discuss this matter?" I said, "These people are part of the whole thing. These are think tank members. And we are all working together. That's why I brought the issue to them." He was angry. He said, "Anyways, the next day we're going to hold meeting because, of course, the next day, Monday, we're going to be having meeting at the advisory board. This happened on Sunday." He said, "Okay, when we hold the meeting, we're going to discuss it." During the meeting, it was suspended. The currency thing was suspended, but they already were angry that I am the reason why this thing is being suspended. The next thing, one of them called Mr. Emma, who always seek to have Simon's attention. If Simon doesn't call him, he will be seeking. "Oh, why is Simon not calling me? Hey, elderly man, why is Simon not calling me? Hey, what have I done that Simon is not calling me?" What kind of people are these? He now removed me from the he now removed me from the board. You know. Hey, go, thank you, Jerry. No mind that. Make I put on the light. Thank. I was waiting for you since. Make you come handle this man. This. I don't know whether it's Simon or who be that person. If you handle that for me. So I'm sorry. I needed to put on the light and all of that to make everywhere bright. You know. So if I'm looking for position, you think I will do that? I will. Oh, put my face. Yes, put my face on the currency. Put it. Ah, yes, that's a good idea. Put my face on the coin. If now that one be the problem now, if I don't by now I go there, they follow them, they chop the money now. You go there, they talk. We go they deceive you, they go. I am not for that. I didn't come into this thing to manipulate anybody. I came for serious business. I know be blind follower. I know they follow people like anyhow. No. Simon is not even the one I'm supposed to follow. Martin Amkano is the one who we all are following as the one who is the leader. As a true follower, you don't come and hijack a program when your leader is in trouble. No, you don't do that. That is a signal, a wrong signal. And the reason why none of you are seeing it is because none of you are really genuine in your heart in this whole thing. You are just sentimental. And because you have inferiority complex, you don't want to offend. Somebody was telling me if you can't beat them, you join them. See how you reason. See. He capture one stuff. He now begin to draw. He draw, compost them for line, make bare fast. Not be picking be this one. This is childish. Look at your crime minister. Look at the camera, this same camera now that he's using capturing this, they saw it, they took the camera. They took the camera. He is now telling you that it is when they took the camera, he decided to post. Of course. But did you deal with the person who took the camera? You are there, they took the camera. As I am talking to you now in Ihiala, the tanks, he said he has destroyed 15 tanks or 14 tanks because he said added 12 plus 3. That means 15. He said he has destroyed. Those tanks are still at Ihiala. I don't know whether the ones at Orlu have moved away from there, whether they have moved away from there. But as I talked to you before I came online, I was given the information. But he is here telling you that they have destroyed the whole tanks. Look at very childish message. Now I want you guys to listen to this message and see how childish it is. Listen, this was posted, I told you, 1:32 p.m. today. Madam Ego, listen to this, and every other genuine person listen to this, and then the e-frogs and the criminals. Just listen to how idiotic you people are with your master. Because if he has this kind of brain, then your own brain, I don't know how it be. Listen, today, so the Liberation Army has neutralized many Nigerian terrorists. because they sent somebody to Wazobia FM to go and call and say that he's in the bush hiding now. He could hide in the bush and he's talking on phone calling Wazobia FM. So he was in the bush. He was in the bush in trouble of being captured. He could still dial, listen to Wazobia FM. Now what for now? Somebody you say is hiding in the bush. And he called Wazobia FM. He said he's a military man. Oh, he's hiding in the bush now. And he's hiding from the Biafra Liberation Army. Yeah, no be smart, they have killed many of our men. He's in the bush. They have killed his men. He could dial Wazobia FM. He knows the time of the program. He could dial and call. Haba. Hey, this will say now, wow, una brain, eh? The way una the reason. Sometimes foul get better brain. I tell you, foul get better brain. Fish get sense compared to una. How can somebody who is in danger, who is running from being shot, who is running away from Biafra Liberation Army, saying that these guys are sophisticated, they have killed over 400 of our men? He's in the bush, he could die Wazobia FM. Know that they are having a program. Died Wazobia FM and called Wazobia FM and say, sorry, I want to call into this program. I want to call into this program. I'm hiding in the bush now. Biafra Liberation Army has killed many of our men. We are dying. That was what Simon. That tells you how daft they are. When the desperation, look at what Simon posted. Simon posted it. He said, the terrorists are calling from FM station, from their hideouts. And then the person now said, one man called, there's one of his fans now posted. He said, one man called Wazobia FM last night and was like, IPOB buyed almost 400 security personnel in Imo, in Anambra State, within 2 to 3 days. The guy was there counting, the guy that is was the one counting it, and burnt down over 7 armored cars. One called was claiming that he is talking from the bush where he was hiding. Omo, no be small thing. Even the criminal couldn't even analyze. He said he's a reasonable person. He couldn't even look at this and say, "Come, this one they childish now. This one no, we no go fly." But he will just post it. So then they said the journalist collected bribes. Look. When the journalist asked them why Imo and Anambra State journalists are not covering all the things, and they said the journalists collected bribe, that's why they are silent and never wanted to collect the bribe. They were there. The guy is there. He counted the 400 people killed. He is there in the bush. He knew Wazobia FM was carrying out a program. He was there also and saw how they calculated and gave them bribe. They could not get sense small, at least. Get sense small, at least to fish level. If you get sense to fish level, you're not going to do all these things. If your prime minister gets sense to fish level, you're not going to put all these things. Look at, check the venue of Biafra convention. You wear one coat, say the check venue of Biafra convention and declaration 2024. The program that he claims to be will be holding in December, he's checking. Look at, just to showcase, just to get views and get all of you to be excited again. He said he's checking a venue. Now, how can you declare a nation inside another nation? How? How are you free? We talked him yesterday, so him formulate another story. Of course, he has to do this to excite them. We talked him yesterday now. That making content and say that somebody called him Wazobia FM. They will stage their man. That's what we're calling Wazobia FM. I'm calling from my hideout now. Hey, they are killing us. They have killed 400 of us. Hey, they are killing us. So Wazobia FM. I know say your program they always hold by this time, so they call you in. Somebody wait there. You don't even know whether around there. I seen they talk. Somebody they close. They monitor that area. They call Wazobia FM. Now look at it. The guy who collected the camera, he said it was after this idiot removed the camera that he released the recorded footage. The only camera wouldn't they manage, they showcase all these things for you. The guy collected and they pay now. And because we talked about it yesterday now, he will now want to prove to you that that video he saw, because he knows that video will fly. So he cannot cut his own. Because if he cuts it, people will say, this is not complete. So he couldn't cut that place where the man took his time and was removing the camera. The military man. How can you be in control of a territory and a military man that is supposed to be running and supposed to be fleeing? You said for 3 days you have been killing them. Yet the man was moving around the bush, went to where you kept the camera, removed the camera, and you were killing his men. And he was able to go to where you kept the camera and removed it. The heights, the tree. For him to climb the tree means that his men are all around that area. For him to climb the tree, to go and remove the camera you kept up there, means that his men are all around securing the area because he cannot climb a tree removing camera when your own men are the ones on the ground. He's dead now, but he comfortably removed that stuff. Now look at what he wrote. Look at what he wrote. Look at what he wrote. The Biafra Liberation Army has neutralized many Nigerian terrorists. That means after they have done all their shenanigans of yesterday, calling on Wazobia FM and saying all the lies they want to say. So he wants to also use it to confirm what they said. He said, surprisingly, they called for backup and nobody showed up. Where was he? Where? How? The people who are fleeing, the people you have killed, and the ones who ran away, were calling backups in your presence. How did you know they were calling for backup? How? You know the reason. How did you know the man is calling for backup? His men have been killed. He's running away. He's fleeing. So he stood in your presence and was calling the backup in your presence. Oh my God! He said when they called for backup, nobody showed up. But their tanks are still in Orlu. They are still there. Nobody showed up. Okay. Continue. They called for fighter jets, and the jets didn't until this moment. I am briefing Biafra. Where were you? You mean the men were on ground? They were dying, and they were calling fighter jets. And you said you have blown, or you have destroyed one of the fighter jets. Yet no evidence of any of these things. And he now told his people that whenever anybody asks you of evidences, tell them to go and check for themselves. Now look at. Let me now show to you that these people are really morons. Did you know that one of his followers also did the same? They still did. By what he said, they followed his instruction. Let me see if I have that. I think I should have it somewhere. I should have it somewhere. I should have it somewhere. Oh my, I need to. I think I have it somewhere. I screenshot it. I kept it. I wanted to show you guys. I said, can you imagine? Uh, okay. Yes, that is it. He said, breaking. Everything is breaking. Biafra Liberation Army has neutralized two more armored tanks of the Nigerian terrorists today, 15th, that is yesterday, towards this one was in the evening, around 5, 40 minutes past 5 Biafra time. He said they have neutralized another two. That means breaking it to 14 or 15. You know, somebody now says, pictures, please. Do you know what his Efrog said? Go there and take the pictures. Because you see, that is why, as we call them, ego, as we said, they are zombies. Whatever he tells them to do, that's what they will do. So anybody who asks for evidence, they will say, go there and check it. Go there and snap it yourself. Go there and snap it yourself. You see, that truly explains the zombie side of them. They are zombioids. They are zombies. Look at freedom declaration. You want to do this in a strange land, in another man's country. So, what is your army doing? What is your navy doing? What is your air force doing? They are composed to secure your land so that you'll be able to come in and declare Biafra. That is what they are there for. Now, you are telling me you want to stay outside in another place. That means you are not sure, you don't have trust, you are not confident of your army, your navy, and your air force. You have discredited them automatically, telling the world that they are not competent because you cannot trust them to come into the place. Because by now, since you already have fighter jets and all these things you said you have, and warship that you say you have gotten, and all the medical supplies you have, by now the fighter jet should fly you from anywhere and pass any airspace and come in. All the way from Finland, you should be able to come in, and as you are entering Biafraland, people will know that yes, the one who is coming to declare Biafra has come. You are planning a 10 months program ahead, and you are already there in the venue in another man's country. And you are posting it, you are not ashamed. And he's ifront, as he calls them, idiotic and illiterate. They don't even understand the implication of this. That somebody is telling you that he wants to declare his own nation freedom, he wants to declare the freedom of a nation, and he's going to do that as an immigrant or as a refugee or as someone who is in exile. How? Where does that happen? You declare it in exile. You come into that place and to prove that the territory is free and that you are in control of the territory and that you have a government in the whole of Biafra, in the whole places. You said you have government in 40 territories, that you divide the territory on social media. And you say you have government on all the 40 territories. And yet those 40 territories cannot protect you from coming in and declaring the freedom of that particular nation. You said you have prepared currency, you have prepared ID card, you have prepared everything. Yet you cannot come in to declare the freedom of that place in that place. That means you, Lord have mercy. He said they call fighter jet, no fighter jet, no fighter jet, and BDF has it that got the jet may have been hit yesterday. The way they would write sentence, no, don't even know how they place commas and all of that. The jet has been hit yesterday. Jet na pin, jet na mosquito, a whole jet na foul. I've been awaiting. That jet was hit and you didn't see the jet. So the jet was hit, it still flew back to its base. You couldn't see the jet, you couldn't capture the jet. So meanwhile, men are good to go gallantly. We will stay we will start when they stop. Okay. Anyways, I want to tell you guys, right now at Ihiala, I've not confirmed one of Orlu. Right now at Ihiala, the tanks are there. In Orlu, they were there, and I think according to what I heard, I don't know whether they have moved. They were planning to move to another place peacefully, not under duress, not because they were attacked. They have been there for days, and all he does is once the vehicles move out of those places, he will now tell you that they have run away. They chased them away. How? They were there for days. If you had the weapons to stop election in Biafraland, then if all those weapons cannot stop them from coming to only Orlu, then that means you have been lying to the people. Because all the weapons you have gathered to stop election in Biafraland should be able to stop them from even bringing tanks into Orlu. Only Orlu, all the weapons you gathered for Biafraland cannot stop them from coming into Orlu and Ihiala alone. Then that means something is wrong somewhere. Photos, ID cards. Ojuku, change your name. Ojuku, change your name. You know, deserve that name. Okay, you're talking to somebody. Greatest Oppo photos. Who is Ojuku? Is there anybody here called Ojuku? Okay, there's somebody here, right? Let me see. Let me see. All these e-frogs. Okay, I'm not saying, I don't know. Okay. So, somebody said he has acquired all the weapons he needs. Everything is in place to stop election in Biafra land. But yet, military could come with tanks into Orlu, only one local government. Orlu in Imo State and Ihiala in Anambra State. And they could enter and stay for days. Yet all the weapons collected to stop the election in Biafra could not stop them. Rather, they were busy capturing those vehicles with their cameras in secret. And then, after that, they posted. Then the men went there, removed the camera. Now they don't have another camera to showcase anything. Before they go and put it there now, they will make sure that the military has gone far. They will go and put another camera in those places. Okay, what Chinedu? Okay, okay. Why am I not saying the Chinedu's message? It seems some people's messages are not showing here. That means there are some messages I'm not seeing. I'm only seeing one Charles Duru and Sami Sami. They don't have good names. They have names that are coined. Charles Duru. Okay, Chinedu. I think that Chinedu must be that one that is always that e-frog that's always coming to following me up on Facebook. Anything I post, he wants to come and comment. He's so desperate. You know, he doesn't want to listen to their masters, their masters statement that says that they shouldn't be commenting on my platform. But they can't hold it because sometimes they have to comment because they don't say business go knock. So they'll send some people to come and comment. Go comment a bit before people can't believe this guy. Criminals everywhere. Your master is your master. You claim he's your master. He's in dungeon. We'll always put them where they belong. We'll ignore them by putting them where they belong. Yes. That's why we are dealing with them like this. Because our message is what deals with them. You claim that the person you call your master is in dungeon. Okay, Chindu. Chindu. He says Chindu Ojuku. Mr. Ma Ibiopo. Ibiopo. Is it Opo or Opo? Opo. Opo. Or Opo. Opo. Chindu. 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 You call yourself Chindu, but you don't get life in you. The life that's in you is Ekwensundu. I don't know whether they say Ekwensu is not actually Ekwensu in our stuff, it's not Satan. Anyway, it's not in Sabi, but anyways, he said the Ekwensu I'm talking about is the Satan we know. Should be Ekwensundu. The life of Satan is in you. Adamudem. Ngara. You're coming here. So instead of you to come in here and give me constructive defense, you're coming here to insult. Does it not show that you don't have sense? When you come to a platform, you give constructive defense. You give facts. I am giving you facts here from your own master, and I'm analyzing his own stuff to you. Naim now. You go Naim there, no mind. I'm analyzing what he wrote here. He said he has driven all of them, but the tanks are still in Ihiala and Orlu. But he said he has driven all of them. He has shot down a fighter jet. Fighter jet na bicycle. You shoot down fighter jet, nobody see the fighter jet. And yet you're not asking questions. You're not asking questions. People are asking questions on your behalf. You are proving that you are a moron. You are coming to argue and insult the people. That's it. That's it. You know, you have been given over to to a reprobate mind to do things that you don't use your sense. Somebody's asking questions on your behalf because you don't get liver to ask questions. Because your owner, if you can't beat them, you join them. Just follow the crowd. We are now helping you to ask questions. You are here constituting nuisance. Of course, how can they be able to? They cannot stand. So all they need to do is to insult. That's what low mental, um, you know, degraded people, deranged people do. They are mentally deranged. Their level of thinking is less. So they want to boost their personality by insulting, by quarreling. In fact, if you are here, they want to blow you and fight you. That's how they defend that's how they defend their intellect, which they don't have, by insulting and abusing. Look at the facts I'm laying here. Look at it. Be constructive for God's sake. You should reason. Reason. Don't come and just begin to constitute nuisance because you know Simon before, you know him before. Not before on social media when it comes, all the wise, all the hailing, all these things. Now, social media, you meet them. Just like you meet me for social media. But from their fruits, you will know them. From all he has been doing, he has been lying to you. How can you tell me that you come on air, you come online, you conduct census or what in the it's calling it a referendum, you collect people's details, and then you are telling them that you're going to come declare Biafra online, and those ones who are in Europe should come to Europe to Finland, or those ones in US, all those places come to Finland and then jubilate and shout and drink and carry women, carry themselves to hotels. They will rent hotel rooms, carry themselves, go in there and do whatever to themselves, and then they go home. That's where they meet now. It's an opportunity of meeting themselves and bashing themselves and everything to themselves. That's what they are doing. And then he will now hail. He will call him Odogu. He will be yes, 1 KK, yes, everything, yes. That is so. He wants that opportunity so that it will be a live program. Then he will now begin to tell you 2 million views, 1 million views, this number of views, that million of views, and you will be enriching him because the more views, the more he's making money. He will take money from the registration fees. He will make enough money. He will take money from your hotel bills. He will make enough money. He will still take money from the viewership. You will be hailing him, and you are there. He's taking all the glory, and then he will now put it as record. That was the time in Biafra I was in charge. And, you guys should be constructive when somebody is real. I didn't come to Biafra project to come and begin to deceive myself. I came for serious business. And if you find evil going on, you speak. That is why this is called Truth TV. Sorry, Truth Channel Network. Let me put it up so that you can see it. I think I need to put the background now. Let me put the background again so that you see it. Truth Channel Network. That's what it is. Truth Channel Network. Truth Channel Network. You see it on the background. Truth Channel Network. That's what it is. We are here to speak the truth. We're here to propagate the truth. We're here to do everything to make sure we secure truth. That's what we're here for. I have given you guys enough evidences. If you want to argue with me or you want to defend, come up with your facts. Don't come up and start insulting. Why would you insult me? You know Simon before, nobody social media after Mazin Namikano, when you now hear listen to Simon Eber. Mazin Namikano said, listen to him doesn't mean that you become stupid. He said, listen, as the way he said to other people that listen to them. He said he's bringing a new dimension. Doesn't mean that he's coming to change the program, that he himself doesn't have a plan. No, he's bringing a new dimension, means that he's in his own way doing his broadcast. That's why you should listen to what he's doing, not do take command from him or follow his instructions. No, listen to him. He's bringing a new dimension. That means he had a pattern of broadcast. He will take one matter and talk about it and talk about it. Oh, he's bringing a new dimension. That is the dimension. Not he's bringing a strategy into the whole Biafra project or the Biafra program or the freedom program. No. And not take directions from him or take instructions from him. No. Listen to him. So go listen to the things he's discussing. Listen to the things he's analyzing. Listen to everything he's doing. Then when you listen to somebody, when the person brings in lies, you should have your sense to say, now this is lies. For God's sake. Mazin Namdekan said we should listen to him. So because of that sentiment of listening to him, that is why all of us agree that he should just, stir up the stuff on our behalf until Mazin Namdekan is out. But now we now discover that he's a criminal. So we have to cut off. Tell when Mazin Namdekan comes, Mazin Namdekan also discovered that this person I still told them to listen to has indirectly come to hijack things. But he's not in a position to say anything until he's out. Don't mind those people. You see the kind of name that they come up with. They don't get now Simon now. Say mad people everywhere. CC121. CC121. That name. That's what I now name be that CC121. They no fit even take correct name. At least put Ijoma Samson. Let's know that you have his name. Say CC121. Come here, come the comment. Those are the clone stuff. Just like they have they put one Nigerian sphere. Something daily, something daily, opening different social media platforms for media, so that it will look like Nigerian media platforms are now talking about them. That's what they are doing. That's what they want you to believe. Bunch of weary, bunch of people where they think they don't have critical thinking. They just come and post, and all they do is abuse people. And I'm giving you facts from your master. How can you tell me that somebody removed camera and you know that the person removed the camera under control? He was under control of that territory. You're coming to justify. Mr. Chibok says someone is always concerned with fundraising. He will never get you there from wait and see. We all know that everything that is happening is tilting towards the fundraising every week. When they do their launching for Saturday, during the week people will be bringing money before the next one. So every day he's making money. It's just like Titan offering. So all he does is sit in Finland, do nothing, and keep collecting the monies of the people. Now he has calculated it. I've collected for this period. So to make these people still have confidence in me, let me calculate another 10 months, another 1 year period, so that you now calculate it. Say by December, I'll announce. He will just do his send-off party. That program is going to do in Finland in December. His send-off party to all of you. Because he knows now that this court case will delay. They will adjourn and adjourn. Now it has gone back to the beginning. So it will go and go until Tinubu wants to try to finish his own dispensation. Sorry, I have a code. Tinubu wants to finish his own dispensation. So he knows that is what is going to happen. So all he wants to do is to keep you people busy for another 1 year, collecting your money. Every week you'll be contributing. Yes. Then the grand collection, people will be levying them, and at the same time, they would also contribute towards the program in Finland. He will make money on that one again. The zombies are still saying it. The zombie. Mad people everywhere. That's what Mazin Obikan would say. Anyways, tomorrow we're going to be here again, hopefully, We're going to be here again, hopefully by 4 p.m. Biafra time. We're going to be earlier so that we can talk more because we need to dissect most of this information, and we're going to take them, step and we will narrate them very effectively tomorrow because we can't allow this criminality to continue. We'll keep exposing this criminality so that people will continue to hear these things. Because if we keep quiet, they will say, hey, they are promoting us. Yes, we want to promote you. We'll keep promoting you. We'll give you that promotion. We'll give you the promotion. But of course, the promotion we're giving you is not a positive one. Yes, it's not a positive one. So just like Chibok have said, wait and see. There will be no Biafra given to you. It will be another party like it was done in September, where they will come and tell you that I therefore declare Biafra independent, or I make the declaration of Biafra today. Biafra is now a nation. Everybody will shout. They'll carry their camera, capture themselves. People like Rose Allen will come and screen on screen, and other people. Hey, yes, we have done it today. Hey, yeah. All those women whose brain are just like what I am. They would just hail themselves and then they would go to the hotel and carry their women one after the other, the entire hotel. Enjoy themselves, eat, have sex with themselves, and then go back to their tents. And then those ones in Biafraland who are carrying the guns and doing hey, by hey, will go and they will continue the normal program of waylaying people. And Biafrans will now start asking, Oga, you don't declare the Biafra, but Nigerian military is still there on territory. What did they happen? Of course, that time he don't care now. He won't care what you're saying because he knows that he has collected enough. So at least even if you stop to give him now, he would. And then those of you who have been under his spell, your eyes will now open. Then you will now start looking for broadcasts like this. You now begin to remember. If someone was sincere, you can't be, you can't. Why can't he serve for free? Instead, he puts himself on salary, 4K a month. This 4K is the official money. The ones he's collecting that you don't know. The embezzlement, the ones they tell you they have bought this, they have bought that. The embezzlement going on is massive. This one is the one somebody just said. 4K. It's more than that. This guy is making a hell of money with Azuka. Azuka is still the ones, but they remove Azuka so that nobody will be asking questions again. So they play that stage game. They know that as long as Azuka is there, it will raising up controversies. Keep Azuka somewhere. But she's still doing the business. She's still collecting the money. We are still sharing the money. And then nobody's talking about her again. But she's making her money. Some of you think that she has gone out of the picture. Somebody's a strong man, a whole Azuka. Well, it will be a whole Azuka. Azuka now. What see Azuka get? Now because they steal your money, she come for social media, they pose. Now they don't keep her for corner. They steal the money. You are still giving the money and make her talk like worry man now. Then still they collect your money and then they feed them. They feed fat. I don't sabi talk like worry very well anyways. I know say go na master for that one. She sabi mimic people. So them one by force relevant so with them photo appointments. That's so now. They give photo appointment to people now. See people like my Rafa Jare now. I don't try. I don't try the worry slam they go. See people like Rafa Jare. Is he say viewers don't they go down? The popularity don't they go down? Like they say they go make my popularity go down. I tell you say I come here for popularity before. Wait till you not go fit. You know fit. That's why they say once you don't have interest in anything, you cannot give. How? I don't come here for popularity. I came here to preach the gospel. So the gospel itself becomes my popularity. Not lies. Not lies. I did try a bit. I did try. Oh. So that's it. So please share this broadcast on all your social media platforms. Please like this video and also subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed. We need to grow so that we can reach more people with the truth. Truth Channel Network must network the whole nooks and cranny of this world to reach out to people to hear the truth. So that Biafrans all over those places will stand strong and know that yes, we can still be truthful and get our freedom. You won't get freedom by lies. You won't get freedom by feeling inferior. All of you who are feeling inferior, that's why you're following Simon. I pity you. You don't need that. You don't need to feel inferior. Because when you are hailing somebody, you know he's lying and you are hailing him, you are feeling inferior. That means he pass you. You don't know someone before now, social media you meet him. Now for 2021, after Mazin and Mekanite, now you can't be popular. Now you can't even say you won't follow her because we all approve her. So now, how come it can become saints all of a sudden? Somebody when you don't know, even your brothers for house, your family, you still suspect them in some things. Not to talk about somebody who just come from social media. Can they manipulate you like this? I know say they don't use juju hold many of them. You know that juju thing are true. Real correct juju. In fact, the juju hmm. Now wow. That's juju man. Sometimes when I see when I post for for X and other places, the way when they respond to his messages, the way when they praise him, even when obvious lies. I know say this the juju where the way hold now. Wow. The juju no be small, no be here. Make I speak on the way it be. No be here at all. No be here. The juju no be here at all. The correct one. Ogbonge juju. Correct juju. All those candle when they burn and he hold on well. He hold on for the thing they call them brocos. E frogs. Ah, now what for now? I don't know how this juju hold on anyways, but God will help you guys. I'm praying. We are praying for all of you. Hold them for one big time. You know that blockers are blockers, they call them blockers. I was watching one comedy by Clint the Drunk. Was drunk. He said, he said, I don't know how how in TikTok that itself. He said that those criminals block them, so they block us. So this is the crazy. So please, just free yourself out of this malaise or this menace you find yourself. This thing is not for you. Even if your eye, just wash your eye. Think. You will know that you are being defrauded. Shouldn't be falling for cheap criminality like this now. You are smarter than this now. You should be smarter than this. You should be smarter. You should. You should be smarter than this. Anyways, tomorrow we'll be here, and hopefully, if we have anybody who wants to call in tomorrow, maybe we can have a line to call in. Tomorrow we're gonna have the 2 +2 1 2 line. Call. Oh, somebody sent me a message yesterday. Oh, Chibok. Oh my God, Mr. Chibok. I'm sorry, I've not checked that thing. The phone just stayed there. I define. I don't know why I always find it hard to open WhatsApp on that phone because I am used to the other WhatsApp. Please, I will open it and I'll check it tomorrow. I have to look at that stuff you sent so that I can look at the guy you said has bounced back. Let's get that stuff. Thank you so much for sending it. I'm going to look at it. Please pardon me on that. I actually forgot. Thank God. Now that I remembered, I'll go do that. I'll look for it and then check it out. And then I want to thank you guys. Please, always let's stand for the truth. It's very very important. The truth only will make us free. Honestly, nothing else will make you free than the truth. Don't deceive yourself. You don't need all this deceit. We need to come together, form a truthful platform to free ourselves, or else we are still. In fact, we have lost some gains that Mazen and Khan made. We are because of these people, these criminals. They have really kept us, taken us aback, and it is really a serious problem. We need to get back on track, and it will take you and I to decide to come on a neutral platform to do what we have to do, where all of us will take decision. We will make decision on what we want and how we're going to get it done. And I tell you, if we adopt the strategy of developing our people and developing our land easily, they will know that we are together and unified. It will easily free Mazin Amikano. I tell you, it's a strategy. You'll be surprised that Mazin Amikano will be free even before we raise a hand. I tell you, it's a strategic stuff. And I may not give you details of it now, but I tell you, the plans that is on our minds, which of course I know is in the minds of everybody, is that our men, our women, our boys, our girls would be empowered. And the strategy of empowering them is very simple. We have a template. We can reason it together and work it out. A template. Now, if we adopt that and then begin to empower ourselves, our people uniquely, I'm telling you a unique way. We drop our egos, we drop our we drop our greed. Everybody drop what? Just look at the Biafra nation. Look at the nation only. When the nation is free, every other thing will get it. That is how it's supposed to be. Why would we be trading our freedom for all this? Yeah, okay, Chibok, thank you so much. Trading our freedom for all these cheap things. We don't need it. So let's drop all our selfish ends, come together, You know, some people say I'm too hard, I'm too difficult, I'm arrogant. Anyways, if I've shown arrogant, I suppose I apologized before 2024. Those people who think that I'm arrogant and I've said some things and think I'm arrogant, I'm not arrogant. And I'm sorry if you feel I'm arrogant. It's just that I need some things to be in place. Because sometimes this freedom thing, if you don't talk hard, sometimes people will just destroy what you do. That's why sometimes when I see that somebody is trying to push away from what we're doing, drift away from and we keep telling the person this should be done, this should be done, and the person still want to push you and still force, man, I'll stand up, I'll say no, you don't go work. And that's how it's supposed to be. But that doesn't mean I disregard you or disrespect you. That only means that I want us to actually look at it constructively. We are all Biafrans. We need to guide jealously. An average American guards his nation generously. He can do anything for his nation, and that's what we should do. Charles, do read your Mumu comments. You should be ashamed of yourself from son to disciple, from disciple to prime minister. He even said he talked about there are so many titles more than this. Thank you for your sincere effort to liberate our population. Thank you so much, Mr. Chibok. I appreciate. Thank you so much. You are not arrogant. It's those that hate the truth that say so. Thank you so much, Ego. Some people don't hear me tell me say I get arrogant. I'm not arrogant, honestly. Honestly, I tell you, I can be the best partner as long as we remain on the truth. But the truth about it is that once you begin to force, you want to force us into doing the wrong thing. I don't know how to hold that one. I'll tell you, please, it can work. And my voice might go high, but that doesn't mean I disrespect you. But it's just that I want us to do the right thing, and that is what I want. Honestly, I don't mind. Just give my ideas. I don't want any title. I keep telling them. In fact, at a point they were forcing us. They say we must have somebody who is a leader. I say we can't have a leader. We want everybody to flow. Give us your ideas. I bring my idea. You bring your idea. We put things together. We need this. That is the only way we'll be free. Oh. If we do this, I tell you, it will be easier for Muslim to be out. You know why? When they discover that we are united, they know that we can carry out any program. When they discover we are united, in our unity, we disregard their bribery and they know that they cannot penetrate us. I tell you, it's a threat. The best way to threaten your master, your slave master, is to be united. Once they see you, that's why you see, just check the court of TV Joshua. What were they doing? TV Joshua made sure that none of the slaves under him were loyal to the other. Anything the one does, he said, come and tell him directly. So anybody wants to please TV Joshua. When he does something to anyone, they keep it quiet. When anyone speaks, that one runs to go and tell him. That was how he was holding them. But the day he discovered that they were now discussing with his daughter, they were now having to discuss and having things together, he was feeling restless. He was feeling slave masters are very threatened by your unity. And the only way we can show them an expression of our unity is for us to come together, begin to do things strategically to bring ourselves together. I tell you, by the time we develop ourselves, develop our land strategically, there's a strategy we can adopt. They would free Mazin and Kanu quickly because they know it's dangerous for them. But because they are know we are divided now, this one is stealing, this one wants to steal, that one wants to steal. Everybody's on their own. Tomorrow we'll talk more on this matter. We're going to talk more on this. I tell you, we're going to talk more on this, and I'm going to give you more exposition on the things you need to know about what is happening and what the criminal is doing, and at the same time what we need to do. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you, Ego, for your messages. I thank you so much, Mr. Chibog. I thank you for everyone who is standing on the path of truth who is here. I don't know if any other person has posted something about truth that is here that I've not seen yet. I want to thank everybody. Please share this broadcast on all your social media platforms. People need to hear this truth. We shouldn't keep allowing these thieves and criminals to take over the social media. The reason why America and Co are suppressing and oppressing everybody in the world today is because they dominate the media. That's why BBC, CNN can tell you anything. They suppress. Look at what they are doing to Putin. Because they dominate the media, they propaganda against Putin. Mad propaganda. And Putin said it. He said it because they dominate. Who is the master of propaganda? US, because they dominate all media, including the ones in Europe. So that's the thing. So if we dominate the media with truth, that's why you should subscribe and all of that. And like and send the video on social media platforms. Let people begin to observe and begin to say, even if they don't watch it tomorrow, they'll say, this thing, let me watch it today. They'll hear the truth. It is very, very important. That's the way we spread truth. And then before you know it, little by little, we're going to begin to come together and we're going to get results. I tell you, we're going to get results. It's very, very important. We need to do this. Thank you so much, everyone. Man, not the one telling you loads of lies. Shasduru, you said you know him. but you don't know the one. Tell him. He said he knows me. Okay. Shazir. He said he knows me. Let me see whether. Anyways, tomorrow. Someone's always too concerned. Okay, that's from. Okay, so tomorrow we'll continue. I appreciate you guys, please. Because of time, we're already taking about 1 hour, 50 minutes. And let's end it here. Thank you so much, all. I appreciate you guys, and God bless you. We're going to enjoy the rest of your day or your night. Thank you.